And then
Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Oh, that joke got fapped.
mozzarella stick, and it just oozes right out, man. It's like better than Cheese Whiz, you know?
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a life hack.
It's less awkward than what Matt's doing right now.
Does it involve the Darkwing Duck costume again?
No, even more awkward. You guys ever seen the movie Kickboxer?
Oh yeah.
He's currently told a couple guys that their girlfriends sleep with mules, and he's getting into a bar fight.
Close.
Did he enter a martial arts tournament with mozzarella sticks as nunchucks?
Close. And it's just every Figure Action Thursday. I'm just coining that right now. Matt has to warm up before the show. Now he's running a little bit late tonight, but currently he's reenacting that dance scene from Kickboxer.
It's all right.
It's amazing because, from the neck down, it looks exactly like Matt, but then from the neck up, it's not so much. It's like Matt's cousin.
When I see Jean-Claude Van Damme, the first thing I think is Matt. I mean, that's just how it is.
I like how we went from 12 viewers to 11 right after that.
You should have gone with the Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo dance scene.
I could have, I could have in honor of a Dubu, but couldn't do it. But it is Thursday night. It's 9:00, and you're all here with us. And if you're here watching us live on YouTube, if you request, 1, make sure you kill boss and slam that like button because it really helps us out. 2, if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, not notification bell. And 3, pop into that live chat over there. We've got a great audience. Lots of cool folks in the chat already. We'll be interacting with y'all throughout the course of the show. So get in there, start chatting, and we'll highlight you during the show.
So I've got a fever, and the only cure is more notification.
Notification.
That was sounding better in my head. I knew that was sounding better in my head.
Dave, I don't know if you've realized this yet, but I think all of your jokes sound better in your head.
Andrew Haskins says that was my wife's and I's first dance. My stuff has to be cringy when Night Lanham says, "I want Dave's jokes back."
God, dude, my man.
All right, joining me tonight is most of the crew. Matt should be coming in a little bit. Like I said, he's running late. He's not actually doing the Kickboxer dance, so don't actually do DM him about it. I think T-Man just fell asleep.
T was like, he's just like, this is enough. He couldn't take it anymore. He didn't even say anything. He didn't say bye. He literally reached up and logged off.
He did a chill log off.
He did.
It was
and he's back.
Oh wait.
Somebody called me and destroyed my volume.
Oh.
Better than visiting your house and destroying your bathroom.
Yeah. They'll probably do that later.
That's that 800 tell the bell number.
That's that Baltimore hot dog.
Oh, God. Actually, I think it's the lake trout. Anybody that ever eats lake trout, no, don't follow them. If they've gone to the bathroom.
We have one of those around the corner from me.
So how are we doing, guys?
I think we're doing pretty good. But more importantly, Dave, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
I am doing well, actually. It's been a progressive week. For those of you who had followed my Instagram, I did a little live cast yesterday, kind of showing what's going on in the room. It's coming together quite nicely. I actually just filled the Detolfs with my Solar Chogokin Voltrons and Power Rangers. I got all my Lightning collection on display with literally 2 boxes left to go. I'm looking at my Zords. I got my G.I. Joes still boxed. I got almost all my McFarlane set up. So now that, of course, since I've been unboxing and putting things away, I had to, buy more stuff. First thing, I had to pick up another Master Chief. My first one, it had a loose shoulder, so I was looking for a tutorial online on how to fix the loose shoulder swivel. And in the process of following said tutorial, they said you had to turn the arm around in the socket. Well, it ended up twisting the arm right out of the socket. So I had threw that away, so I had to pick up another one. It helps get the mood set, man. No, I actually won that in a contest a while ago. So I got a Master Chief. Speaking of a Green Ranger, I did get the new Green Ranger release with the old school Tommy head. I did get the Super Putty. So probably want to get at least one more of those. Then I was able to pick up Studio Series Rodimus, as well as Studio Series Scourge. Kingdom, whatever the hell this guy's name is.
Paleotrix.
I don't remember. And then I did get the DC Multiverse 2-pack of Red Hood and Nightwing.
Easy there, MGO.
If you ever buy toys from Dave, don't ask for mint in box.
And finally, I did get in the mail today, my Firefly, which I'm going to gently set over here. Because that thing right now is worth more than my Bitcoin. Dang it.
Oh, I doubt that.
Okay, a Viper is going better than a Bitcoin right now as far as return of investment. And that's it. Jesus, how much stuff did I throw over there? That was a good range. And that is my acquisitions this week.
Very cool. Next up, C-Man 978. Aside from Sleepy, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool?
I am good. And yes, sleepy. And I got a bunch of crap cool. Let's see. I finally also got this from Target.com. The 2-pack with Red Hood and Nightwing. And Red Hood looks amazing.
Yeah, I can see from that where your priorities were.
Yes. I don't even know if I'm going to review him. I might just show him still wrapped up in the things. But I paid $30 for Red Hood. ExtraZero was able to hook up with me to give this to me. I found it.
I had like so much stuff for you this week.
Yes. This Scourge with his purple splooge. I don't know if I showed this last week, but Sony was able to get me Warpath and Cyberverse Prowl right here. It was very interesting. I ordered Hubcap and Bug Bite at the same time. Hubcap and Bug Bite made it to Sparrow's Point, and I got Hubcap yesterday, but Bug Bite is still at Sparrow's Point today again. So Lord knows what's up with that. No effort randomness randomly send me Six Figuarts Piccolo right here. I did
He's
open it.
man.
Yes, he is. I told him if I ever hear he's having trouble with money, I'm gonna be mad. Because we don't need nice things for free all the time. But thank you. Tristan from Fortnite. And he does look weird, yes.
Do you
Oh
like
yeah, I got that
stick?
8-ball. I forgot about that. I forgot I picked up that 8-ball.
Oh yeah. 8-ball. People that I'm not messing with right away. I bought Sandwich
Usually in
bag.
Baltimore, when you say I got an 8-ball and you hold up a plastic bag, it's something else.
I swear, it's like every time I meet T at the light rail, it looks like we're doing a drug exchange, except it's toys.
You kind of are. I mean,
And I got what's his name? X-Lord from Fortnite. He can actually hold his little saw blades.
I was looking at him. I look forward to your review.
I like him more than 8-Ball. And
Dang
Peter B. Parker. He's being a Parker. He has seamless joints. His joints, though, are the tightest seamless joints I've ever messed with. The other ones almost feel like SH figures. These joints are almost frozen. But he has a ball joint in the waist and in the abdomen, like McFarlane style.
That's pretty awesome.
And they didn't give him that annoying ball post neck. He still has a regular hinge neck, so you don't have to worry about. He can actually use his neck articulation.
I still wish he had a fully masked face.
Yeah, that would have. I don't know why they didn't throw that in there. The two faces they gave him are good, but his head is so weirdly shaped, oddly shaped. You can't just throw another Peter Parker head on there. Spider-Man head.
They'll probably do a Spider-Verse box set.
Yeah. Prowler is good. He has seamless or pinless joints in the knees and elbows as well. Let me turn my volume off.
Turn off Tinder.
I thought I did. Jeez. Spider-Gwen. Her face looks good, but something's a bit off with it to me. This face.
I thought it looked pretty spot on. Maybe
I mean, it does look right, but it's something about the expression or something. Like she's spaced out, like they like to do.
That pose is money, by the way.
There you go. And
like OnlyFans money or
Meow Schools. He's kind of big. Let's see. Here's their regular guy compared to him.
if we go back 2 years and someone told you that you would be excited and purchase $30 bodybuilding house cat, would you think that would be something you would be down for 2 years ago?
$30 bodybuilding knife wielding house cat.
Yeah. I probably would expect it. When I seen this, I think I saw him like 2 years ago. And first they show you just the Hello Kitty face, and then he stands up from behind the desk looking like that. I was like, what the heck is that? Just like Paley. It's
And
something.
you kind of want Kit. Kit looks cool.
Yeah, I want him too. And not mine, but in my possession. I need rechargeable batteries for it. Dr. Egg. It does not work with the charger still stuck in because the faces block it. So
have
I
an
need-
egg in this trying time.
I put a regular AA battery in there and it didn't work. So I don't know what the deal is.
I
I
have
have watched Deluxe and I saw he put a rechargeable battery in and it worked, so I don't know. But let's see. One interesting thing with Milk School before I go to the next person. He comes with this crossbow and it actually fires with the real trigger.
Oh wow.
And I just shot that somewhere. But that's that. I need to review it. Next person.
And I thought spring-loaded weapons were like a thing of the past.
Nope. And I heard that what came up of Jazzwares working with Hasbro.
I mean, that they were doing the weapons. Deluxe says, "Man, I miss putting an eye out." Putting an eye out.
The eye patch business hasn't been the same.
What can I say? I've gotten better control lately.
Premature ejection.
So I will say, when that Armada Unicron first came out back in the day, dear God, that test missile nearly took me out a couple times.
You weren't too busy making it give people the bird.
That was my first port of call, as Ben's Collectibles would say.
That's everybody. Oh, articulated fingers. I gotta make you give the bird.
Actually, I had him throwing out the metal symbol. I had him throwing out horns.
Sweet.
Well,
So I
speaking of,
indirectly caused the Cybertronic spree to start from that one picture.
Joe, you look like you're jonesing to say how the hell you're doing, and if you got anything cool this week.
I'm doing all right. I may have $0 of Bitcoin, but what I do have, which is even more valuable, is friends.
We love you, man.
2 friends that teamed up, and with their powers combined.
That did not sound right.
It gets worse.
Well, there is a story about a parking lot and some kind of meeting back in the day. So,
That's
but
any
they
other-
got me the Krang Android,
No.
which will add to my Turtles collection.
Yay!
I saw the best picture of one of those today, where they took the Krang out and they gave like a pizza peel to the
Pizza
foot
oven.
ninjas. They're using him as a pizza oven.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'll be honest, I feel kind of dumb. I was a little confused on how to open them up for like a minute.
I thought about it too because I was trying to put him in from the front when I got mine.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one. I
No.
was like, does the bottom somehow detach? Like, am I supposed to unscrew this? And then I was like, no, I could see a tab there, but then like it didn't want to do anything. I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah, you
Didn't
can go
wanna
through the
break it.
side. I figured it out by accident too, because I was like trying to twist him to see if maybe there was like something there, and then it like kind of untapped from the top, and I was like, oh.
So no demonstration? Come on.
Yeah,
Well,
you can't
I-
have a lead up like that and not show us the secret.
Grab your Krang because I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do to mine. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wow.
You said you were confused for a minute. We want to know what the solution was.
I didn't realize that if you gave it the little squeeze, it just kind of.
Yeah,
I have said the same words myself.
I mean, you have to squeeze it just the right spot, just the right way, at the right frequency.
You gotta lick it.
Interesting.
Andrew Haskins says Target exclusives are the new cryptocurrency.
Sportimus does want to know, how is the QC on your Krang, Joe?
How is the QC?
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting much as far as like articulation and all, but I'll say as far as paint goes, there's a couple little like spots, I would say, on his face. Like it almost looks like green. Like, I don't know, it kind of looks like ink or something. But it's not. It's like right in line with every other NECA Toon Turtles item I have. It's pretty much what I expected.
I'm really happy for you,
I feel like
Turtle Toon fans.
I
You guys
felt
are-
like this button on his back, on his butt, was supposed to do something. Like, I feel like that's a button, even though it doesn't button. I still push it, and my like it's gotten to the point where my brain starts to like think it is a button. It's buttoning, but it's not. It doesn't do anything.
your wife trained you well.
Well,
This is good beer.
So anyway, that's all for me this week. A
Still no-
very weak. Still no nuclear. Yeah, I know. It's
Still no. Like, it's starting to hurt me, man.
Oh,
I'm not
I-
even getting the damn thing.
I do have a update though. I sent a text message to Show Z, and here's some bullshit. I hope they're not watching. I literally, so I said like, hey, this is my order number. I ordered it on September 29th. Still not here. It spent a whole month in New Jersey. I know there's not much you can do, but like, what's going on?
Do something.
So literally replied, "Oh, I see," and then just asked the shipping company to push it. But he replied to that so fast that I know you didn't just ask them to push it because you just, in the amount of time it takes to text it, you did not pick up the phone and call the post office and sit on hold for 3 hours just to ask some lady a question and for her to not give you any answer.
Wait, he was claiming that he did it, or he wants you to do it?
He says, he literally, his exact words, just ask the shipping company, like asked as in past tense,
Okay.
the shipping company to push it.
Okay.
So if he did, I hope that they do push it real good. But I doubt it.
Maybe he don't know grandma well.
So I'm going to start taking bets on when I'm going to get Nuclear Commander, and you can pay me in Bitcoin.
It's going to be next month when I get Krang. And I forgot.
I offered to get you a Krang, which probably if I was sent it by USPS, yeah, you'd probably still get it next month.
I mean, I could have gotten him a Krang, and I would have met him.
I could have got a Krang because I seen it.
Yeah,
But I
I could
forgot
have
about
gotten him a
this.
Krang.
I do think it's really weird that you saw like 20 Krangs on the shelf, but when all the other Toon Turtle stuff has been coming out, it's been like a nightmare trying to find anything. And then this comes out and they're everywhere.
I Splinter and Baxter, there were 9 of them at the store yesterday.
I saw 2 actually,
I saw 1.
I saw one.
and I walked right past it.
And T, you also got Firefly?
Yeah. Loyal subscriber Andrew Haskins helped me out. Look at that. And I'm just realizing, I was looking at this empty spot at the top of the backpack. I just realized the drone plugs into that.
I thought you had them in your review.
I put it on his back, but I didn't actually show that it plugs in there.
That's the worst part about these stupid Cobra Island stuff. It's like these are like impeccable figures.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got news on that in a little bit. Some potential good news. We'll get to
Can
that.
that be first?
What's that?
Can that be first?
First.
Yeah, can that news be first?
That news will be first.
But
Well,
how's
we gotta
Matt
get-
doing?
Yeah, that's the hero of Canton, apparently.
I don't know. I thought of a name. I went with it.
Oh, I thought you maybe saved the baby from a burning building, and that's why you were running behind.
I was almost the hero of Canton, but
the other Canton.
Well, we know why he was late. He was doing the dance.
Actually,
That's true.
the reason why I was late was because the boys spent part of the day in emergency care because of his leg. So,
Did he jump off the roof again?
No, he sat in. So we're all elderly here, right? We understand that it doesn't take much to hurt yourself. Like, could be a sneeze, could be looking in the wrong direction.
could be looking up.
I think he's starting down the path of that, even though he's 7. He was sitting in the car seat and then tried to get up, and his leg started hurting him. Anyway, long story short, he got X-rays. He's fine, but I spent a lot of the evening with him just because he was, 7. So, and shook up about it. So I took a little extra time tonight, and now I'm here because
I would have told him to just walk it off.
He did. I mean, he did walk it off, but then when I tripped him because I thought it was funny, then I had to spend more time with him.
You have to look out for that because my son was complaining about his knee and he had a cyst growing in his kneecap years ago.
That's some crazy shit. No, it wasn't. I don't think it was anything like that. Like he got an X-ray. They did an exam. Just said he was fine.
I will say this: whenever my little girl, she was complaining about her legs hurting, she ended up being like a ½ inch taller the next day.
Yeah, growing pains.
Yeah, that the doctor said that too. Could be, but I digress. That was today. Been doing pretty good. Good week. My haul this week is all retail, so that's kind of crazy. Let's see. Last weekend I was able to pick up via GameStop. I didn't feel like hunting these guys down because Black Series doesn't exist in retail, but I did get me a Moff Gideon and a Carl Weathers.
Oh, game does look good.
Yeah.
Nice and shiny.
Yeah. So he excellent. The Darksaber is fine. Like it's not as I expected maybe it to be a little more flashy than that, but it's fine. Like it'll do, and I'm sure they'll redo it 100 times now that they have the mold. And that's okay. It's one of those faces that looks good from some directions, and other directions he looks sort of off.
You were get a bearded variant too.
It's not bad. Yeah, I'll probably pick in the black and red suit from the later episode. Yeah, that's not surprising. So they're cool. I ended up picking this guy up. So I've got my hot rod because everybody needs the hot rod. It's an excellent mold. You guys, I'm sure, have talked about it, and it's awesome. I'm less enthused about my space boat, but he is still pretty awesome. And I told the guys earlier and told that this guy is so good that this guy is not as good in comparison, in my opinion. But that's just because he's so good. But this guy's still pretty good too. I'm glad I got him. I wouldn't take him back.
I like that you put the blast effects in the feet holes. I don't think I've seen anybody do that.
What do they usually pin it to these things up top?
Now,
I don't know where else you would put them.
Well, we all know that Matt will find a hole to put a black effect in.
Why else are they there, if not to put things in? Met with Jordan today and passed off the Monkey Prime that I got from T that picked up for me. So that's good. He's pretty good too. So during the show here, I'm going to sit down and actually shock oil some of these guys because some of the joints are ridiculously tight.
He seems bigger than I thought he was going to be.
He is.
Is he like the same size as the masterpiece?
Here's him next to Carl Weathers.
Yeah, he's half the size of the masterpiece. But
why does he look so big? And Matt, do you have tiny hands?
I mean, no, that's tiny feet. I was going to say all good-natured people do, but that's feet.
It's like an inch shorter than the masterpiece.
I don't have the masterpiece, so I can't do that comparison.
Well, here, I'll hold mine up, and you hold that up.
And then finally, shout out to Andrew, same as T, was very, very nice in helping with this guy. So this guy, this makes me very angry because this is probably one of my favorite classified figures, and it really pisses me off that he's so hard to get.
Agreed.
I wish everybody. I think I said the same thing last year about the. I think I said the same thing last year about the other Cobra Island guys. They're so. Why can't everybody just put them on the fucking website and let people order them? Jesus Christ! Like, he is so good. The accessories are so much fun, and they all fit on the backpack. There's 100 reviews out there, and T's review is the best. Go watch that to talk about it. So I won't ramble on, but he's awesome. Please pick him up if you see him. I hope everybody can. It's like I actively feel bad that I have such a good figure that people can't get, but not so bad that I'll give them up. It's mine. That's it. That's me. Jordan, how about you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. It was
segue.
It was a good week of work. I had my performance review today. It's my yearly review. And if everybody can remember, if we can flash back to last year, I started off in a new position in my company, and I had no idea how I was really doing, but I got exceeded expectations on my performance review, so I'm very happy about that. It's like
I got that last night.
Yeah, so I mean, work was good, and the week went by pretty fast. We were doing all kinds of start of the year stuff, and the week was also great because I got a lot of cool stuff. I've been like kind of on a hot streak in stores where I've been finding stuff that I want, but not necessarily stuff. Or I'm sorry, I've been finding stuff that like is harder to find, but not necessarily stuff that I want. I can't remember. Did I say I got this guy last week or not? But I got my leader class Megatron, who is just absolutely phenomenal. I happened into Target and actually had guy pull one out of the back. I think it was I can't remember who sent me the DCPI for it, but I scanned it in the system and it said that they had 4 on hand, and so I did the thing. Like if your target has a like a scan price checker, there's a button on there that says need help, and so that's what I did. I pressed that button. I was like, fucking help me, I want this thing really big. So this was the one I think I wanted the most out of all the Kingdom figures. Next up, I also got my Optimus Primal, and he's pretty good. I don't have to put shock oil on him. I did have to take some paint to the inner thighs because my paint was chipping pretty bad. And so I just took a glossy acrylic white paint, and now you can't tell that anything was ever wrong with them. I'm going to give you the full spread eagle. So be careful when you're manipulating him. I kind of have to like tilt the thighs out a little bit, and then I find he has the clearance. But if you have the thighs in, you'll start stripping paint off of the thighs. So be mindful of that. Or if you don't care and you're just like, hey, this is battle damage, power to you.
It's got a little chub rub.
A little chub rub. So he's pretty awesome. And I can't remember. I think I got all these guys this week. I also got Cheetor. And actually I did get Cheetor in time because I was like, I'm not a big fan of Cheetor, but Warpath is awesome. I also happened to find Scourge and Hot Rod. I like Scourge a whole lot, and the only other Scourge that I had prior was the X-Transbots one. And I did have the Titans Return one, but this one like blows the seats off the Titans Return one. And I'm really hoping I could find Cyclonus. Now Cyclonus is like the figure I want the most, and Hot Rod is about as perfect as you can get. Before the show started, I was talking to Joe about it, and they said, for years. I know T and I especially talked about this. If they were to just make Generations figures like this, give you all the accessories, give you all the details, I don't think people would have migrated to Masterpiece like they did.
Do you remember about a year ago? Was it a year and a half ago? We mentioned, why doesn't Hasbro make something that would be between Masterpiece and retail?
Yeah,
we actually had this as a discussion.
And look where we're at, and it's kind of crazy. I think it's interesting. They kind of started that experiment with Siege in doing the leader class figures that weren't really leader class figures. They were just basically like Voyager Plus. And now
maybe it was coming out before then.
I thought Siege was the first really to do it. I mean, Siege and Studio Series kind of simultaneously did it because you got the Dark of the Moon Prime, but I think that figure definitely cut a lot of corners it shouldn't have.
It needed to be Commander class.
Yeah. And then we got Ultra Magnus, and we got Shockwave, which just kind of came with armor. And then now we kind of are where we're at, and like Astro Train and Double Dealer. They're definitely smaller figures, but they're very solid, and they don't have like the hollowness. And they've got all the accessories you could want, except I still wish that Double Dealer came with his tapes. But I digress. I did get one more Studio Series figure. I got Cup, and Cup's pretty cool. I wish there was a place for him to store the Energon goodie dispenser. And ever since somebody said it, I can't unsee it. But his fists are so big, he looks like he has Hulk hands. So it's like I just think of that scene from Step Brothers. Dale got Hulk hands. And then a couple more things I got. Actually, a few more things. I got the Cyberverse Adventures Deluxe Soundwave, which is a really, really good deluxe. If you see this guy, definitely recommend picking him up. I remember when we first saw him, we were like, does that laser beak even transform? And yes, he has a fully transformable laser beak. I think the only part about this figure that's kind of is the backpack, and he's got truck hanging off of him, but he's really well made. I like the fact that omitting the Build-A-Figure, they've put more paint and more complexity into the figure. I think it's a better trade-off. Still some hollowness on him, but I think these things can easily hold a candle to a standard Generations figure. Next up, courtesy of my good friend Owen. Back to Primal real quick. I actually will be giving one of these away as soon as it arrives in February, so stay tuned. So we have a lot of giveaways to do. We've been saying since November we're going to do one for Black Friday, but stuff happened. I'm still giving away the hoodie. I know I keep saying I'm going to get the video up. I just have been getting distracted with work, and so I haven't work and my refi. So I haven't had a chance to get that video up, but that'll be going up. Then we'll also do one for Primal. Joe's got a giveaway. And Nate Simmons is also going to be doing a giveaway for us. So stay tuned. We're going to have some cool stuff coming, a lot of stuff coming your way. And that'll all be separate. But back to this. Everybody remembers that whole network debacle with the Regal Cobra Commander. I had one pre-ordered through NECA. I was not NECA, through Network. And they did that whole bait and switch. And Hasbro Pulse had it, and I said, "No, I have one. I already paid through Network." And then Network shipped it, and it was the regular Cobra Commander, and they fucking pulled a huge bait and switch. I actually ended up giving that one away on the channel. But after seeing T's review, I was like, man, I really want the Regal Cobra Commander. And fortunately, Nate Simmons had one, and we made a trade, and I now have the Regal Cobra Commander. So now the only classified series figure I'm missing is the first release Snake Eyes with the weapons rack. Hopefully we'll get a reissue of that at some point. He was reissued on Pulse very briefly, and I missed that. And then last but not least, this is a huge thank you to my friend No Effort Randomness. He hooked me up with a set that I've been wanting for a long time. I never, ever saw these I've never seen any NECA Turtles at any of my Walmarts until last week when I randomly saw a Foot Soldier pack. And I was like, I have the Foot Soldiers. But, dude, thank you so much. He sent me the Casey and Raph 2-pack. I've been taking pictures of these. I actually uploaded to the Figure Action Instagram the other day to a story, did a hot rod, and I've been taking pictures of these guys. I'm going to have a full set going up soon. I'm still finalizing my watermark, and then I'll have a full set of those up there. I plan on doing a lot more photography this year now that I have my light box. I'm having fun taking a lot of pictures, and I have a lot of sets ready to go. So I'm really looking forward to getting those uploaded. So, yeah, that was.
I remember how it started back in the day for me. Got the light box, then upgraded the lights, then changed out the backdrop, then worked with different colors, then scrapped the light box, built the background. Oh yeah.
I like mine because it's got Velcro sides, so I technically could use it as a review station as well.
So does my original one.
Oh. I just gotta figure out like what's a good storage option for the backdrops. I was thinking about going to Michael's and seeing if I can get like a big portfolio of some sort.
Then you start taking those out and you go to the fabric stores and get different. Oh, it's a whole, dude. You do not know the rabbit hole you just went down.
We really do need to get on our giveaways.
We do. According to Kevin, he's only here.
One. Why don't we just do one right now?
You want to do one right now?
Why don't we do it right now?
All right, let's do it right now.
Which one should we do? And which should we do? A wheel decide?
You have to live in the United States.
Yeah, you gotta be a subscriber, live in the United States. Let's have it after this video is done. We'll give it like you're gonna give it till like next week. Just comment.
Not right now. I was saying let's just.
Joe wanted to do it right now. Like
let's just do it right now.
Here, we've got Sportimus, we've got Night Wingham, we've got Mark 44 Prime, we got Grail.
This is a way to spontaneously reward.
Brad Harper. Where's my girl though? Where is my girl?
I'm terrible at like coming up with like rules for a giveaway off the
big fat whatever the thing is.
I'm gonna work on a wheel.
Well, while you work on that, I've got some good news. This is actually really good news. This was like what I was alluding to with the battle of exclusives. Anybody who's been watching us knows that we have kind of had it up to our ears with the Target exclusives. And it's not just G.I. Joe, it's also been Transformers. Thrust has been hard for some people to find. Their pre-orders got canceled. Runabout was the other one?
Which I somehow found one in a freaking Walmart.
Weird.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Like, Dave, are you sure you where you're at? Because that shouldn't be there.
We all know the Cobra Island pains. Well, news came out this evening, actually. This is kind of some breaking news. Entertainment Earth is surprisingly carrying the Skywarp and Thundercracker 2-pack, which was a pain for some people to find over the summer. Not only are they carrying it, they're carrying it at retail.
$4
So,
more.
it's still
Close enough.
still. I think. Look,
It's not Viper.
it's not Viper, but this is a good sign. This is a good sign, meaning that if they are going to be carrying these, and retailers, online retailers, are going to be carrying these outside of Target, this could. And again, this is all speculation. This is all speculation. This is nothing like it's coming
We
to
could just
G.I.
be
Joe.
getting way up.
So, we could just be speculating, but this is a good sign, and hopefully this extends to G.I. Joe. I think.
Does Entertainment Earth use a CAPTCHA system?
I'm not aware of it, but you still have to sign in, and yeah.
Just saying.
I hate to say it, but I don't think people care about Transformers as much as the other things. I bet those are going to be in stock for a good while after I get them.
I think people still care about Transformers. I mean, anytime there's something new, the stores are always wiped out. I mean, I sent you guys my video from Target this evening, and it was just, I mean, not Target, from Walmart, and it was just the only toys they had on the shelves were Minions and Godzilla versus Kong.
At Walmart. Like
At
every
Walmart.
time Target has Target exclusive Transformers. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to take that back. But I see them multiple times, except Runabout. Runabout was the only one I haven't seen in the store yet. But that set right there, I saw multiple times. They're swimming in Pounce and Wingspan.
Yeah, certain stores got a really uneven distribution of Pounce and Wingspan.
Right, because I've never seen Pounce and Wingspan. Never seen them once.
Like,
If you want them, I'm pretty sure they like $3
I know.
and can buy now.
I don't.
what's sad though is like G.I. Joe, despite its popularity, they know it's selling. They keep people on the pegs. They're only getting in each shipment like 6 per character, and then they've only got 2 pegs for the entirety of the line. Like, at
And they
least,
only get like
don't get 'em.
2 cases per city.
yeah.
Not 2
Yeah.
cases per store, 2 cases per city.
So it would be nice if if Entertainment Earth was even the retailer for it. It would be nice because, like, as you're saying, Matt, it's kind of criminal that these figures are so good and they're not getting into the hands of people who are fans and just they can't be hitting up Target every waking minute, or people that just like, hey, that's a cool toy, and
Right, to just discover the line for the first
Yeah.
time.
I think that's the worst part of it too, is that it's like, how do you create new fans? Like, we're all old. There's no beating around the bush, but like we are only collecting this stuff because of nostalgia, and it's like, oh, this is a really good action figure line. But like, how do you create new fans? Like, how are and like, even you had like a dilemma of, do I even still collect this because it's so difficult?
Is it worth it? And I'm still sort of asking that, but I don't know. I mean, I really can't gauge given the Viper and Firefly, considering that I got them reasonably early in their life cycle, but that was because I had lots of help. So
Right.
I personally haven't seen them anywhere. It seems to be when it rains, it pours at some stores. You get there and has 2 cases of Vipers that just got put out on the shelf. Like, that's great, but then that's not 99% of the folks what they find.
Yeah.
So
I sent you that picture. That one guy, he had like 8 Baroness bikes.
and he had the
Yeah,
Red
like
Ninja
4
drum.
Yeah.
Huh?
That he had the red ninjas on.
And he had the Red Ninjas and the Vipers and the Cobra Troopers on. It's like, how? How do
Sportimus
these
says,
people do it?
Sportimus says he hasn't seen a Joe figure in a Target or Walmart for months now.
Mm.
I only saw Duke in Walmart. One Duke
Yeah.
ever in Walmart.
Jedi
I have
Mindset.
seen, I saw Gung Ho once, and then the second Roadblock I saw a couple times. That's about it.
Here's a question, Dave. Like you sent us that picture of the guy that had all the Baroness motorcycles. What are they called? The coils? All the coil motorcycles that are being ridden by various characters. Like that figure was obviously ridiculously hard to find. But has anybody ever seen or anybody ever made a big deal of, say, their fleet of
I'm sure he was going to
You
make a
guys
really
still
good
there?
point too.
Okay, my screen flashed.
Fleet of what?
Yeah. Thanks. My internet's being shit. Like easy to find Punisher motorcycle. Like that was hard to find, but then you could still, like, I've seen it 3 or 4 times in multiples, right? The Marvel Punisher.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking for feedback. I was like, it doesn't know what I'm talking about.
I've seen that.
Do you ever see anybody
Cosmic
posting like fleets of pictures of those? No, it's got to be they're flexing the hard to
I would
find
love
figures.
to see a fleet of. I'd love to see a fleet of Squirrel Girl motor scooters right now.
Yeah, right.
I think to that point too, it's like if Hasbro were to meet the demand, I think a lot of people just kind of flex with this line. They're like, they have the means and they're just like, yeah, I'm going to get a bunch of these and see if I can get some notoriety and attention out of it. Versus like, I have these because I really want them.
Yeah.
Tarf says maybe once the Snake Eyes movie hits, they'll try harder. I can only hope. I mean, I think maybe to that, if everybody remembers back to Rise of, was it Rise of Cobras, the second movie?
Mm-hmm. Never did see that.
I never did either.
Was it Renegades? Rise of Cobra was the first movie. The second was G.I. Joe Retaliation or Renegades.
Retaliation. It was Retaliation. Renegades was the cartoon.
Real American Spirit. I don't know, something like that.
With Renegades, remember that movie got delayed and then the toys came out and there was nothing to go along with it. And those toys weren't particularly good looking. They just kind of like looked like your standard, they were like kind of like 5 POA looking. And like, I don't think the demand was there. And I think that's like where Hasbro lost a lot of faith in the line. So.
I bought one. I bought the Rock. Well, I mean,
now 2/3 of his tank is this character coming out? How come I can't find him?
Yeah.
And which is a shame too, because like I said, they, like everybody keeps saying, they pour a lot of heart and soul into these classified series figures. And then they're hard to find. I mean, I don't know how much you can. I guess we're going to find out sooner rather than later how much of this you can actually chalk up to the pandemic, with things sort of slowly, hopefully, knock on wood, returning to normal within the next few months. That we'll see what distribution looks like, because we don't know what this line looks like in the norm, right? So because it all came out during the
to be fair, I don't really think distribution's changed much in post-COVID world, because I feel like. Even
we're not there yet,
COVID,
though. That's the thing.
Well, I'm sorry. In not post-COVID, not post-COVID as in COVID's gone, but as like post-COVID is in like COVID has affected production. I don't think distribution's changed much in COVID world, because before this, I was used to seeing bare Walmart shelves, bare Target shelves, and it seems like rather than replenishing waves, Hasbro is more interested in moving on to the next wave.
Could well be.
And I think it's a shame, because you'll hear designers talk like, yeah, the cost of developing these toys is high. Okay, well, if you were to meet the demand, and it sucks too, because every wave's going to have a shelf warmer, or the potential for a shelf warmer.
I think the first wave of classified was shortened because they were like, I think they were unsatisfied with their faces, and they're like, we're going to redo them, so they cut it short. I've seen Wave 2 on the shelf way more than Wave 1.
Oh, yeah. And I think, well, we talked about this earlier too. I think that they should go back and say, okay, let's do a wave with Duke, Destro, Cobra Commander, and Snake Eyes, and just try and get those figures out because I think
Right.
Scarlet and Roadblock. At least I saw Scarlet and Roadblock in GameStop more than any other characters.
Scarlet's getting a redo. So.
Yeah,
And Roblox.
And it's not. It could be the same thing. Like Hasbro's got that figured out with the Black Series with their vintage or their. Is it the vintage? No. What is their
It's the vintage
the archive?
and
No, the archive collection, where they can say, "Hey, these characters don't totally make sense coming out together, but you missed these, or these were hard to get, so here they are again." Like I realize Classified just came out, but
Yeah.
Christ, man, just do something like that,
Irony being that those archive figures can be hard to get. I know. I will be shocked if I ever see Thrawn.
I passed 2 today.
Sure,
Damn.
but at least it's a second chance, and reasonably soon since the figure came out, right? It hasn't been that long since the original Thrawn figure came out.
I found Thrawn. I found Commander Cody, and I was tempted Matt with that fate.
Want to be right back.
I'm
I
gonna
was
wait on
tempted
Thrawn.
too, but you got to draw the line somewhere.
I'm gonna wait on Thrawn because I'm really only collecting Mandalorian characters. I'm collecting Jedi, Sith Lords, and like the Mandalorian cast, and that's where I'm staying in my lane. Although
Not only that, but there are heavy rumors that the Thrawn might be revisited soon in a more live action. So,
Well,
if
speaking
that
of
happens-
Mandalorian characters, you guys want to give away 2 Mandalorian characters?
two.
All right, yeah, you have this one figured out, Joe?
I
Ooh,
think
a
I've got
popular
everyone
channel?
loaded. Anyone that has commented in the chat that I know is United States is in a Wheel of the Side right now. So here's last chance. If you haven't commented in chat, I don't know to put you in there. So comment in the chat. Tarf says he's in EU, so I took him out. Sorry, Tarf. I assume that where is he? Her, maybe. Boto knows something. Buta no Lee. Assuming not in the United States. But I don't want to just assume. Maybe
That's a
you
bold
are.
assumption.
Yeah.
What the funny thing about EU?
Hero, I got you. I got Sportimus. I've got Brad.
Harper was in Maryland.
MD. That was
Yeah.
some cheap shipping right there. Let's.
Well, that was like when Cobra Clan won.
Buta, sorry, Canada. Is it expensive to ship to Canada? What's the deal? Is that okay? Can we make an exception there?
I think we can make an exception. It's still North America.
Canada's not bad, right? You should be able to ship to Canada. But you know
Let's
what?
just say- let's say North
Buta,
America.
you're in.
He has spoken.
If we ship to EU, they probably never even get it anyway.
Nightwing's in there. Kevin, you're in.
Qualified.
He's probably already got 6.
Teen.
I think we're good. Are we good?
Well, you should announce like what we're giving out.
What they got to type? What do they have to put in?
It's the Mando and the Baby Yodes set. Otherwise
Grogu.
known as the Grogu. Or at this time, it was the child.
El Nino.
Still the
North
child.
America.
Does that include Neon Puke?
Where would the Neon Puke be? It includes a bounty tracker, some Beskar. You know what? This Beskar is probably worth more than Bitcoin right now.
A very sweaty looking Pedro Pascal head sculpt.
Yes.
I would like to see the baby.
Can I
All
enter?
We
right,
better get the client.
let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, so apply. All right, and now I gotta.
Also, we should mention that if you win and you don't want it, tell us and we'll pass it on to somebody else.
Team fan page, how you doing?
Yeah, exactly. If you don't want it, then that's no problem. We can always give it to somebody else.
Oh, did you throw T fan page 101 in?
He's in Canada.
Did he? Did
He
you
got in
comment?
there.
He
He commented.
Okay, let's
We'll do a last minute entry.
T-Fan, I owe you a bro hug, and you know it, and you know why.
Okay.
T-Man 978.
Hangs in there. All right, here we go. Last chance.
If
3,
you're not in it,
2,
you can't win it.
1. Spin. Oh, hero.
Oh, so
We
it's the
don't
first
need
person?
another hero.
Hero, you've just won
Yay, hero.
the Mandalorian and the Child.
And the
Congratulations.
raffles, they make you suffer through everybody spinning.
Yeah. We do one spin, one win.
It's one. Oh, I should have said that before I did it. I'm a
So
I'm a
hero,
rookie
you're the
spinner.
first eliminated. Now next spin.
That's the rest of the show.
So hero, if you
If you're interested.
if you can
Email
DM
us.
us, shoot us a DM or an electronic mail with your address info, and I will get this out to you tomorrow.
In a description, we got our email.
I think.
Even if
I'm
it
pretty
is
sure-
named after, the most whiny Gundam pilot of all time.
Hmm?
All right.
It's on his legacy.
I can't stand Hiro Yui.
But I know what you can stand.
This guy's
Dinobot.
stuck.
Oh, that guy's ankles.
Yes.
Dinobot and Air Razor. We got new stock photos of them. I think this Dinobot needs paint. I'm looking forward to seeing what customizers do with them. Like the sculpt work is there, and I'm very well aware that it's a $30 toy.
What do you think the chances are that one's going to get a Netflix treatment?
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially
honest.
because he's going to be in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was already in. Spoiler.
Exactly. So I'm saying this guy should probably be getting the Netflix treatment.
Oh,
I wonder if, as far as the dinosaur skin part, if just a wash would do.
Hero, message him on Instagram.
Yeah, I think
I'm wondering if he's solid in primal.
Yeah, Instagram will work, hero.
I think a black wash would do it, especially because like the nails are all unpainted.
What's up with his tail? Is he a little excited? Like, what's
He's
going
got,
on
like,
there?
a-
Shooting a little
He's got
purple
a
rocket back
yeah,
there?
purple rocket.
Would you prefer a red tip?
Oh, man.
Hands right there.
Hopefully the customizers don't go that direction.
Yeah, like he like looks like he just picked up something really fucking hot and dropped it. Like ah.
And I understand the like dinosaurs, but his hands do look a little derpy.
Yeah,
They're just straight down.
And if
he
his
looks
hands were
like.
straight up, he would look like he was Cornholio.
I mean, you could do it. They're articulated arms. I need TP for my money. Yeah, he. I still think even the dinosaur mode. I think like if you close the mouth and you pose those arms around. I wish that the claws were a little bit more curled. I think they probably did that so that they could fit into the backpack, because that's a very clean backpack for him. I mean, it's there, but it
looks really good.
Yeah, I just wish it had more paint. I wish it had more.
As I said, I'm seriously considering holding out to see if he gets the Netflix treatment.
I will get both of them. Because this one will be like one that because for some of the repaints I've like turned them into desk bots, and like this one I feel like he would be the one I like beat up, mess around with, But yeah, this if they do a Netflix version and he's like painted up and they paint the little rib details on the legs, I will be a happy camper. Especially if whatever that gold color is, if they did like all of him in that. Then we get Air Razor, and
she looks good.
She looks phenomenal.
The wings are more substantial than I ever would imagine on a deluxe. Unless she's tiny.
I imagine she'll
Probably
be
is.
small, but I think like the fact that she has head articulation really seals the deal. Like
Her
for the bird
bird
head.
head look cartoon accurate, unlike the other thing.
To be fair, though, in the cartoon, her bird mode looked more realistic than a lot of the other beast modes did.
She looks really good. I mean, that's going to be a must buy for me.
I feel like
I
this will translate really well into a masterpiece when they inevitably do one. When we get another shot of like Dinobot with his weapons out, he looks.
I don't know if Air Rays is going to get the MP treatment.
Well, I think they're going to do all of Beast Wars Season 1. Because
I say only a couple Predacons.
I think that they're running into that danger close territory. It's like if Takara doesn't do them, you know, with them putting out Kingdom figures that are this good, I really think a company like TransArts will just say, okay, well, we'll pick up the ball that you put down. And they'll give us those MP scale Beast Wars figures if Takara doesn't.
Well, you know they will eventually. It just might be, 2035 by the time that comes out.
Yeah, I'll be celebrating my
500
birthday.
Mm.
Well, actually, 40th birthday in 2035. Ugh.
It's like 2 Beast Wars a year.
Oh God, I'll be 55.
Yeah.
And now we're all depressed.
Now we are depressed. I at least it says a lot, and I understand that the masterpiece figures are intricate, but it says a lot that they're able to pump out figures of this quality at the price point they're pumping them out at under the Kingdom and Studio Series lines now.
I think they're. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that they're, and I mean, we'll get into the masterpiece figure after we get through the other Kingdom figure. The masterpiece figures cost so much, and it's like the value is not there. And then I'm like messing with these figures, and the value is there. They look great. And as I was saying to Joe before the show started, it was like we're at a point now where the mainline figures don't look like children's toys, and you wouldn't be wrong to have them displayed prominently in a collection.
My daughter would be 23 in 2035.
I think with the masterpiece figures, there's almost like this urge to over-engineer. It's like they feel compelled to have to make it as so intricate, and I think they make a bunch of extra steps to justify price tags. When we see you now with these smaller figures, that it doesn't always have to be the case.
I literally blame third party for that.
Well, I think third parties third parties sort of going the other way as well. I feel like with a lot of third party figures now, you have that lack of over engineering with not all of them, mind you, but I've seen a few that seem to go more towards the simplistic yet effective. You don't have to justify 1,000 moving parts to get the same good outcome. And I think that they're leaning into that more with these baseline figures, which is T and I have said the same thing a bunch of times, that we would pay that extra $5 or $10 if it got us the exact figure that we wanted.
I gotta hijack the camera because like a lot of people talk about masterpiece moments, and like the way this guy is engineered to give him this clean backpack, and the way all of this intricately folds up. Like to me, the hinge system on this guy is a masterpiece moment, and you have now a $30 figure that accomplishes way more than the $80 equivalent did and looks way better.
Same.
Like new idiots.
Yeah, and then on top of that, like
It actually looks good with those swords.
Yeah,
the blast effects.
This is a masterpiece moment right here.
That Baxter surprised me. Like
that Baxter is buzzworthy.
Look, I thought his leg wouldn't be able to lift up, but the pants just moved right out of the way.
Yeah.
I forgot what he sounded like. Oh,
Yeah.
Hey,
I want to
Matt,
rewatch the
Matt, this is for you.
So next up, we have one more Kingdom release, a figure that we've seen, but we hadn't seen up close. We're not going to waste too much time on it because it's not very exciting to say the least. It's not very buzzworthy. Thank you. This is the Kingdom
not
Ultra Magnus. And this is like one where I'm really curious to see what they're going to do with the studio, if they're going to do a Studio Series 1, especially if they do a Studio Series 1 that doesn't have an inner robot that's kind of like a downscaled version of the Masterpiece. I can only hope, but I think if they do a Studio Series 1, it might be this with a different deco. Who knows?
Probably, because they're getting their money's worth out of this mold.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing Studio Series.
You never know. I think they'll milk the whole movie cast. I pray that gives us a blaster, because I would absolutely positively love a blaster. You can see here that there are some mold differences, like the shoulder pylons are smaller.
No, we can't.
Oh shit!
You're being selfish. You're not sharing with the rest of the class.
Sharing is caring. Let's go back to this guy. Yeah. So here we have our Kingdom Ultra Magnus. This guy's got some serious energon cubes going on in the background.
Why didn't they just give us a Earthrise Ultra Magnus and just have his head on a table? Just his head.
How do you charge $50 for that?
They probably still could have.
They should have thrown that in with the Netflix Megatron.
That would have been pretty cool.
Oh, you know what? I think I have the Ultra Magnus Titan Master, so I can actually do that. Have the head on the table.
I'm going to say the coloring is a lot better.
Yeah, I like the white versus the cream. I really like the...
I like the cab.
Yeah.
And the belt.
I like the resculpted missiles, too. It's interesting, though, that they made the pylon shorter, but they didn't fill in the hollowness, and I really wish that they did, because I feel like they've been doing a good job so far with
and they actually shorted us 2 accessories of those hip guns.
Yeah, they did, and that's cutting those out. There's really no excuse to have not fixed that hollowness.
There's always an excuse.
Yeah. Here's a picture to the version of the Masterpiece one that never came out. You can tell it's the old one that never came out because the insides of the thigh or the calves are red. There's also more red in here. It definitely has. Look, if you never got Ultra Magnus, I mean, this is a good one to get. I kind of wish that they had left all that white. Granted, the breakup's nice, but they're going for accuracy. You can see how the butt flap has changed, because this one had more of a RID cab, and this one has more of a standard trailer. I kind of wish that they had, instead of using the red paint here, I wish that they had painted the bumper of the truck red.
I don't know if I'd have to, but I'd almost trade out one for the other.
Yeah.
Was the bumper red in the movie?
Yeah.
Hero, of course, we can't be watching WandaVision. We're watching figure action.
No, we should do a B-side for WandaVision.
Oh, that started?
Man, it starts Friday. I guess it's starting today, depending on where you're at.
Oh, midnight.
This definitely looks cleaner. I also wish that they had found a way to make it, like, on an Alien cab. I excused, I guess, Cybertronian, not Alien. I excused the smokestacks being inside. On this, come on now.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Cybertronians are aliens.
Yeah. Again, like, they remolded this section. They could have they did so much to remold the Optimus from Siege to Earthrise. It kind of is bothersome that they didn't put the same effort into Ultra Magnus. They could have given him like double hinged elbows and had like the smokestacks come out of here somehow. It's just this is pretty disappointing, to be honest.
Well, speaking of that, I've been saying in my comments a lot that well, maybe twice, we should get an Studio Series Optimus. I'm like, they just re-released it in Kingdom. Plus, we got Nemesis. I mean, the dead Optimus. So they already did.
I won't be shocked. Won't be shocked if they give us a Studio Series version.
Like a
you know why? You know why? Because they did that battle damaged version for Amazon. I'm willing to bet you that they do a battle damaged but not gray Optimus with the battle damaged faceplate and the abdominal wound.
But will it be the same mold?
Oh yeah.
New. Then the pass for me.
Again, I have to say I am laughing that they shorted us to accessories.
Yeah, no, and this is probably, and you know, it's like a lot of credit goes into Kingdom. You know, there's been a lot of good here, but you know, pointing that detail out, Dave, it really just says that this is one of the laziest figures that they'll be releasing in the line, and it's kind of sad, to be honest. T-Fan Page 101 says they just announced Kingdom Pterosaur, Silverbolt, Dragon Megatron, Cryotech, a Studio Series Blaster, Wreck-Gar, Generation Bot, and cassette box set. But who cares about that? I care about that stuff, because if they're going to if that's their Commander class figure, Dragon Megatron, I'll be a happy camper.
There's a lot I mean, Wreck-Gar for Studio Series easily would be. That would be awesome, and a potential army builder. The Generations Junkions were probably two of my favorite figures because they could actually ride each other.
I hope that they do them kind of similar to how X-Transbots did them, or I guess KFC really, where you can swap parts around. Yeah.
Oh, y'all could keep talking while I'm looking.
Okay.
Did they announce? I also heard they might be doing Tarantulas, which I think would be. I mean, that's one of my favorite characters.
I think he's probably a given. I really hope that they do a Beast Inferno, because he needs an update.
Inferno was cool, but I think they're trying to go more for the season 1 characters.
He was season 1.
Yeah.
Inferno?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember he burnt Tarantulas, and that's why he wasn't in his body in season 2.
Gotcha. Why did I thought for some reason Inferno was a season 2 character.
Nah, he's season 1.
He still has the best. He still had the best line. Ready to rock and roll, insect. I don't rock and roll. I burn.
So we got some new stuff coming out from X-Transbots.
That's an Omnibot.
That is Overdrive. So we saw these teased at the virtual TFCon, and I believe this is pronounced Fioravanti as his third-party name. This is the only shot we get of him, but I have to say this is looking pretty good, in the immortal words of Larry David.
TF Pan, he was trolling us.
It was fake news.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, since you didn't win the contest, now you extra didn't win the contest. So there, man.
So X-Transbots is continuing in their youth line, which actually let me go back, because I believe I skipped over their Wild Rider. Yeah, so their Wild Rider is getting a toy version, which we knew was coming. We get a look at it here. I really don't like Wild Rider's toy head, to be honest. I love those spikes on the side. But I guess if anybody, Wild Rider is going for insane money right now for anybody that's trying to put a Menasor together. I see him going for upward of $160. Patience saves pockets. So if you are trying to collect these, ExtraZero likes money. They will inevitably reissue these. So do not spend $160 for a Wild Rider. But in the event that you just want to have one to complete your Devastator or your Menasor,
That would be neat.
a toy version coming.
Wait, this is ExtraZero?
Yep. So this is just a render of their Wild Rider in his toy iteration. They're calling the Youth line. That way they can not just double dip with G2, but they can triple dip with this trailer.
No, is this the one going for crazy money or the regular one?
The regular one. This has not come out yet. These are still renders.
I might need to sell mine.
Well, if you're just doing fans toys, you might as well.
I'm not. I don't even have any fans toys.
Oh.
T-Man hasn't mentioned Fan Toys Combiner in any of his reviews for a while.
I know.
One of his viewers has pointed that out to him.
The citizens are rioting about that.
The bot supplier will ship him one. He'll be able to review it. All will be right in the world. So we got their toy version of Motormaster. I'm not sure what's going on here in this picture. Just showing off the feet. And again, not my cup of tea. I think there's a good shot of the face there. I do like the chromed out sword. But hey, if you wanted toy versions of these characters and you like it, you win. I think this is different enough looking, and if you're a big fan of Menasor, you've got options, and options are, well, not just Menasor, the Stunticons. I do like how this does carry on the look of like he transforms from the trailer, like the toy did.
No, it looks good. I mean, Extron's bots always look good.
I still think that the fans like, and again, like I'm a guy that doesn't always sing the praises of fans toys, but I think that the fans toys Motormaster is like one of the best engineered figures in my collection, and the fact that it does what it does is just insane. And I have both because I'm making the ExtraZero one, my combined version, and the Fans Toys is just going to be my standalone robots for Stunticons. But I think that, you know, the ExtraZero Motormaster, while a good figure, just doesn't hold a candle to the Fans Toys one.
True.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
My Splinter has a messed up elbow.
Somebody bet my Wookiee.
My elbow just has a messed up splinter in it.
His pin is like sunken in onto the top of the joint. And I don't see how I can fix it.
I can see about finding another one at Target, and I believe I have the receipt, so should be able to get that exchanged for you.
TF fan page, you cannot mention any rumors to us. All right, you've lost all street cred right now, all credibility.
I did think it was weird that they jumped straight to season 3 with Beast Megatron.
I mean, you know, you introduced G1, and I think so I could buy rumors of Optimal Optimus and Dragon Megatron, you know, for them merging.
But I will, man, their transmetal forms were so much fun.
I hope that they continue. I hope that they stop this trilogy stuff and just do like kind of like a Black Series, Marvel Legends, Lightning Collection sort of approach where they're not trying to reinvent the wheel every few years.
It sounds like they might be, because in the product descriptions it says their destinies will be forever altered.
Yeah. They can just call it Generations and just be done with it.
Again.
Please,
I was going to say, well, that was a good idea before. Why not stick to
Yeah.
it?
thank you, please. I get tired of typing all that crap.
Yeah.
War for Cybertron, Transformers, Generations, War for Cybertron, Trilogy, Kingdom,
You could call it-
Class, blah, blah.
You could call them Classic. You could call them Henky. You could call them Universe. You could call them Generations.
Try typing this. Fans Hobby Master Builder Naval Commander MB-15.
AKA Optimus Prime. 'Cause you
Yeah,
have-
AKA Armada Optimus Prime.
oh yeah, Armada.
Where's the naval? Where did they get the naval from? He does not have a belly button, nor is he a boat.
I have no idea. I really have no idea. All I know is that I want this figure. He was due out in December. I believe good friend of the show, Nate's Toys and Collectibles, still has this guy up for pre-order. He had a very good price on him as well.
That
I put a
box.
deposit down on it. And yeah, this is one of the rare occasions where I want to showcase a box, because if this box doesn't, if you're not like 25 or older, I don't think this box will give you nostalgia. But yeah, this box like nails the aesthetic of Armada, and really I think is evocative, more evocative of like a retro box than any other third party box I can remember in recent memory.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
I thought that
splash
was-
art. Look at
A
the
font.
the minicon on top.
Yeah.
I thought that was official until I really looked at it.
Yeah.
That's one of those boxes where I almost don't want to take it out. It looks so perfect.
I know. I'd have to take them out and get them all combined up, because Fans Hobby is a I think they're a big underdog in the third party world, just because they make figures that are really fun to mess with, and they have the durability. They're like kind of like a somewhere along the lines of an MMC and DX9 in terms of their plastic. Swarma says he has a fuzzy navel. Maybe that, honestly, maybe there's something to Naval Commander because of where he combines that. It's like almost his naval region.
That and his torso is like 2 times the size of a normal torso.
Yeah. I remember back in the day, people called him Pants Prime because that was like basically like his combined modes were Super Pants, Jetfire Pants.
It was Super Pants or Bendy Prime. Which one were you talking about at the time?
You know what? This makes perfect sense because Armada equals naval. Yeah, you get 10
Matt,
of those.
give him some figure action points.
Sweet figure action points. Tarf, we are going to be talking about those in the next few minutes, actually. But I'm in for this. I know not many of you guys collect outside of G1. Is anybody else planning on getting this?
I personally wouldn't be opposed to it. It's not in the budget of collection right now. But if this was gifted to me or I saw it, it would be. I might impulse buy this.
This would be coming home for me from a TF con. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I agree.
What they said.
I think if you had Armada Prime, I think, well, can't say most of us, but I think a lot of us probably had Armada Prime. Did anybody else have him?
He's in one of these boxes over here.
I used to have.
I had the. I guess I didn't know that was Bendy Prime, but I have Bendy Prime.
I've been a long time Bolt Matrix subscriber and viewer, and it's surreal being friends with the guy now after like watching him for like close to 15 years. But I remember like when his lit on fire, like the motor went bad and his fucking lit on fire.
Was this in the video?
No, he doesn't show it in the video, but he talks about it.
That is disappointing.
He comes on and he's like,
that was the one that they would knock other figures off the shelf because it would transform by itself.
Yeah, he had a really faulty one. He had to replace it. He's like, my first one had so many issues and it lit on fire because it had a bad motor.
That's not good.
Winston. Hey, Winston. He's asking how much is it? And it is $215 on BBTS, and I got to look up Nate's
If you
price.
go through Nate's Toys and
Yeah,
Collectibles, it's
well,
much
that's
less
just
than
what I was gonna say. That's just what came up on the search. Let me see if I can find it on Nate. Give me 1 second.
You know, it's funny though. Speaking of Winston and speaking of toys looking better in the box, through Winston, I actually, I can't remember if we traded or if I bought it. I think I bought it, but he had the animated Jetwing Optimus Prime, and when I got that figure, I couldn't take it out of the box, and it's like one of the very few. No, I'm serious. It looks great in the box.
That's me with my freaking Lord Drinkon Evo 3.
Huh. Because he's got like in the box, he's holding like the Magnus hammer, and I'm like, man, this thing looks good.
Hey Winston, if you go to Nate's Toys and Collectibles on Facebook, he has got it for $200 shipped. And FYI, that is
That's a
less than an X-Transbots trailer plus accessory pack.
All right. Well, next up, and since Tarf wanted us to talk about it first, we'll get the Turtles news out of the way first. So Playmates has been kind of weird lately. They've been kind of absent from the store shelves as far as their Ninja Turtles are concerned, which I guess is great for NECA, because if Playmates doesn't have any new toys, they can't really bitch about NECA's presence. And I've seen a ton of Krangs and a ton of but they're selling out. I'll see a bunch and then they're gone in the next couple of days. It seems like Playmates is just kind of dipping their foot into reissues yet again. They're doing 2 sets. Now, this set, I gotta admit, looks really, really good. You're getting Krang, Baxter, Bebop, Rocksteady, a Foot Soldier, and Slash.
That's kind of random with Slash, where you'd think they would
Shredder. Yeah. But wait, there's more, because there's also a Sewer Layer set. And you're getting Donatello, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael.
There's Shredder.
Shredder, and Splinter. So if you want to get like a retro collection now, here's the thing. I got these are a little bit on the expensive side. Like I believe are they $90 a piece? Yeah, they're $90 for the layer and $100 for the villains, which is a little bit more on the expensive side. The last time I bought Retro Turtles, I got the 4-pack from GameStop for $40, which I thought was a good deal. But those figures felt really cheaply made, and they didn't really feel like authentic reproductions. Here it looks like you're getting all the weapons on the sprues, like they're going to come carded in each of these boxes.
Nice. I don't want it.
It's like I want it, but like, what am I going to do with it? Like I was talking to
like most of our collection.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with it?
I was talking to Sony earlier about this, and I was like, I have like such a love-hate with NECA. Did Shredder have that belt originally? Because that looks like a repurposed turtle belt. I got to go back and look at the original Shredder toy.
I probably have it.
I know the original Shredder toy.
I never liked that face. Oh my god! And then their bodies being stuck in those poses always drove me crazy.
Shredder's legs.
How much is the turtle set going for again?
Turtle set's going for 100 or for 90, and then the villain set's going for 100.
All right.
I don't know. I
do the math though. You get
math.
I have Athletes Figure Arts Turtles, NECA Turtles. This wonderful Baxter Stockman, who is a masterpiece, for $25. I'm good.
I mean, that's the type of thing you just. It's kind of like some of those like the Kenner reissue, the Hasbro Kenner reissues. If I had them, I'd just leave them on card.
Yeah. You're basically going to pay like $15 a figure in this set if you're doing the math. Like, I don't understand like why one's 90 and the other is 100 when you're getting 6 in each set. I guess maybe, yeah.
Is the layer substantial?
Is what substantial?
The layer.
The layer is the $90 set, and then the villains are the $100.
Does that actually fold out into a real playset?
No,
no.
It's a carry-all case.
I think they missed the opportunity there in making that the bus or the van.
The turtle van, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the drill vehicle versus the van would have been really awesome. I don't know. I feel like these are cool for people that want the old figures. It's cool that they're giving people the option, but it's just like I feel like over the years, Playmates has reissued the original Turtles more than any other company ever has reissued their original property.
Well, what else has Playmates done?
Ben
Voltron, that
10.
was the last thing they did.
No, Ben 10, and then they have those figures they sent to T-Man. But as Mortimer says, April got left out. I don't think it did. I think Playmates is really in a pickle right now because they're not like if they came out with a 6-inch line of Turtles and actually put some work into their articulation and detail, they could be making a killing. Because
they kind of did that one time with those Secret of the Ooze characters.
Yeah, and they only did 4 of them, and then and even then those figures weren't the greatest. But had they continued with that line and tried to evolve from it, and also didn't they pigeonhole themselves by making that a Walmart exclusive line?
Oh yeah.
They made a WWE version of that, didn't they? I vaguely remember.
I think that they had like, because that was like the thing is they had like WWE Turtles, and then they also had WWE. I'm sorry, they had Ghostbusters Turtles. So they briefly had the Ghostbusters line for a minute. They're also making those Godzilla versus Kong figures that aren't selling because there's no movie to go on with it. Power Players is what they. So their big one is Frozen 2. So that's probably where they're not falling into obscurity.
Oh, in that case, then I know I've given them enough money.
Yeah. But
I thought that was Hasbro.
No, apparently. Well, it might be shared like it is with Mattel. Because like Mattel has like the rights to make plush versions of the Child or Grogu.
K-Bear was wanting some Frozen 2 toys, so I took some sand, put it in a little jar, and I said, "Hey, look, here's a Olaf." That did not go over well.
Well, I'll tell you what is going to go over well. NECA's got some shots, and I said I was like getting close to being done with Turtles, and then they pulled this out, and I forgot this was coming. This Rat King. You also get Vernon with him, but this Rat King looks amazing. I also kind of hope that things kind of continue the way they are because, like, it's like they screwed the pooch with April, though. In that shot, she looked closer to her animation model. I don't know what it is, if it's that angle or what.
She's in the dark.
But, like, Vernon totally looks like his animation version. And you get the parts to turn him into Rat Vernon, which is just absolutely amazing.
Vernon has good neck articulation.
Tar says, I wonder what figures will be in the movie star set from Playmates that was real a little while ago.
I mean, we're getting Playmates for a Playmates Vanilla Ice.
And here, I don't think you'll actually. I really don't think you'll have an issue finding somebody trying to sell off their spare Vernon.
Oh, never mind.
Well, that's an uncomfortable shot.
Right.
You want the job, don't you?
This was the 80s.
You really want that job, April.
Well, we all know that Vernon wasn't into women. So
He still wanted to know her devotion to wanting the job. He really wanted to know. Those hands, God, this figure just looks absolutely awesome.
He does, but I promised I would stop at the Krang Splinter.
No, I'm alright.
You're right, though. Look at all the love and attention that went into Vernon, and April
Yeah.
just kind of got shat out.
Probably so they could sell us a separate April.
I didn't even review April. Sad. So sad.
Yeah, that April was one of the most. That April is the most disappointing figure in the Turtles line. It's a shame you didn't review her though, because you didn't review Casey.
I never got Casey.
Well, if you bought the April, you would have gotten Casey.
No, she came with a cut up foot soldier.
Oh, that's right, she did. That's why I have so many foot soldiers.
And he came with a cut up foot soldier.
Yeah, she came with the one that was bashed, and he came with the one that's like
Separate.
connected to a wire. Yeah.
There has to be a joke I can make there. There has to be a joke I can make there.
All right. Next up, we've got a figure that it's not really a figure as much as it is a model kit, but it's kind of coming out of left field. And does this have anything to do with a movie that's coming out? Mayhaps. But Flames Toys is doing a snake. Oh, actually, maybe
That's not a model kit, man.
Maybe that's not a model kit. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, they are doing a Hitokurikari Snake Eyes.
No, they just came out. That Arkham Knight just came out from them.
Well, did it actually come out, or
It's
is it
coming out shortly? Nate mentioned it the other day. I saw it. Nate mentioned it was coming soon. So
I'm gonna pass on this.
Yeah, I'm more interested in the 301 coming out.
Same. I got him and Storm Shadow on pre-order.
Same. Those are the only two I need. And it's like with 3.0 you get the durability. I know a lot of people like Flames toys, but my experience with them is that they are kind of on the fragile side. Versus what's that?
Did we put the more important Flames toys news in there?
What would that be?
A pink character is being revealed.
Oh,
today?
RC?
Yes.
Oh well, we're past our Transformer stuff, but I can.
We can't go back. This is.
sorry, team. We got to move on. Move on to the future.
Yeah, we can go back. Oh, you know what? Too. You know what we didn't talk about was Thundercracker.
Oh yeah.
So let's
He's
go.
replaying a Starscream, and he's
Well,
high.
there's a little bit more to it. So yeah, there is also. Is this? So this is a model kit for RC.
Yep.
That's the art. That's all we really have thus far, though.
Yeah, because they don't dare show her any other poses. They're also afraid that people will be like, no, redo her.
They learned their lesson from last time because they don't want you to see like what her bust size is or what her butt size is.
But they didn't change the. They didn't cave in. They still releasing the other one.
The wind blade was changed, but they actually changed. They tweaked her wings, from what I read.
Right.
Yeah, but she wasn't
that's it.
changed the way people wanted her to be.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She changed into a plane.
Yeah. So actually, we can go back to this and kind of turn this one into a pseudo discussion. So we knew Masterpiece Thundercracker was coming out. He looks good.
Looks
But
better
guess
than
what?
Starscream, actually.
He does. He does look like Starscream. But
Looks better than.
I actually agree with Dave. Something about this is more cohesive, and maybe that's always been the case with the character, but I think this does look better than the Starscream. I know they're identical. It's just something about it, man. The paint scheme looks good. It's I don't know. I have much more of a draw to buy this one than the Starscream.
I think it's the semi-gloss gray, where in previous iterations of Thundercracker they would do all this in silver. and I think
Yeah.
that there's something that's like very,
And
very appealing.
I dig that pose, the hands on the hips like that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I love that. And he does that butterfly joint pose where he's almost crossing his arms.
Which
Somebody
shot is
told me
that?
these don't have that much engineering. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You know, down here where he's holding, he can hold his arm cannon as a rifle, which
What
is
kind of
pretty awesome.
monster would do that?
People that are slavish to the G1 cartoon, and he comes with specialty blast effects if you want to do that. 3 faces.
You know, I always complain how I always hate that one thing in that one episode shtick, but I would not mind if he came with a reflector.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah,
And
that is a very good point, Dave.
one of
That's the opportunity.
the golden Megatron actually did. That was his like pre-order bonus.
But that was the whole thing. Reflector. Let's see what you can see.
Granted,
I'm
if
looking
you
at
have,
the Make Toys one, and he has the same colorization on the crotch and chest.
Yeah, it looks a little lighter on the Make Toys one, maybe just a tad lighter.
if you have
Now, silver.
the Fans Toys reflector, that actually comes with a mini reflector you can give to Thundercracker, which is probably what I'll do. Well, I have my original Takara Tomy Mall one holding that reflector on my display shelf.
But those hands that he has, I think, will actually hold it really well.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, the thing that I'm noticing with these pictures is that and this in conjunction with the Starscream is I don't know how much waist articulation we're going to get with this guy, being ab crunch or waist rotation, because there's a severe lack of that in these pictures.
Now,
I don't think it has any waist rotation.
I don't think it does either.
that's the weird thing about the new Masterpiece figures is that a lot of times they look like they don't, but then we get them and they surprise us.
In this guy's case, they look like they wanted to get that animation model perfect, so the cockpit is sticking so far out. I don't think it can rotate without scratching something up.
God dang it.
And the way the ab crunch works, that mechanism is probably right around the cockpit, so I don't think it can rotate.
What was the last Masterpiece figure to not have, the official Masterpiece figure to not have a waist rotation?
Ultra Magnus.
He doesn't have ab crunch, but does he not have a rotation?
He doesn't have either. That always drove me crazy. Unless, let me grab it. I could have swore it doesn't.
I'm actually on Big Bad Toy Store's page where they got the Thundercracker like little ad up there, and he's in that pose where his legs up and it's zoomed in. Yeah, there is no way there's any kind of waist on that guy.
That is funny though, Dave. Just what you said about it. The one time that I think there's that it would be the one time people would actually want the thing from the episode, and they don't give it to you.
Well, this is going to be a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive, and the worst part about that is when there's a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive, there is no Amazon Japan or Ami discount or HobbyLink Japan.
$240 on Amazon. I mean, not Amazon, on Big Bad Toy Store.
So unfortunately,
$230 is the cheapest. $225.
I'm waiting to see what Nate's price is going to be. I know.
I thought it was $230.
Did he post it?
I'm looking.
All I know is I'm still getting myself. I decided to get myself a Meteor for $150 instead.
Nate's got him for $230.
Okay, so I got to put myself in on that, and then I got to start putting money away. I hate that he still has this. I hate that Starscream has it too.
They got to make some type of jet stuff because it's a masterpiece.
Never did it on the show. Nobody's ever cared that any of the MPs can do it. and then you have 2 other MPs that can do it.
I would
Yeah,
be
this
curious
does
if someone typed in either the chat or Facebook or somewhere and said, "Hey, I actually use that. I actually display it like that."
The fan page says, "Will they do all the Rainmakers?" Maybe Hotlink. I think that they will at this point. If they're going for animation, I think we're going to get Acid Storm, Hotlink, Bitstream, and Sunstorm.
I will skip. Maybe they'll make
probably
this
pick up a
spell.
Sunstorm.
And this is another thing too that kind of hurts. It's like you see this purple display stand. It's like y'all could have thrown us a bone because he comes with a clip for the display stand, but at the cost, at like what he's retailing for, just throw in that display stand.
Right. Mandatory. Legit.
I hate myself for this, but I am in on this one.
Even the original MP figures had display stands.
Right. The last one at Toys R Us for $60 Starscream had a display stand.
The
Yeah.
Walmart Starscream had a display stand. The Walmart Thundercracker, the Thundercracker. I don't know what Thundercracker, but Skywarp.
Toys R Us exclusive Starscream was like the best value and masterpiece. Arguably Soundwave.
This has red insides of the legs.
I mean, but like if you go back and look at that shot, like the inside, the inner calf was completely red.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
Because this is blue.
Yeah.
They need
All
to redo Ultra Magnets. This one.
Don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas. They need to do new characters, and then they do new characters, and people get upset because they chose skits.
They won't. They ain't gonna listen to me anyway.
You got any more news?
We do. We have a little bit more news. We'll get back out of Transformers. Not too much more news though. Normally I don't cover Hiya Toys, but I chose this one this week because I thought it was pretty cool. And I know we have some Alien and Alien versus Predator and Predator fans in the audience.
Got a Hiya Predator. It's okay.
So Hiya Toys is doing an Alien Queen. And the reason I put this one in here is normally the Alien Queens are like massive figures. And this is still a pretty big figure. It's 7 inches tall and 10 inches long. It's only $50. And I think the thing that's cool about it is like if you ever wanted an Alien Queen but didn't have the space for it, I think this might be your calling. Also the fact that Hiya Toys makes pretty durable and heavily articulated figures. I mean, it looks like it has a bendy tail.
Is this thing articulated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was under the impression it was a statue.
No, and it's a 1/18. It's 1/1/18 scale, so it's scaled
thing's
for a
pretty
3.75 figure.
I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. I still would like to get my hands on one of the Hiya Toys. Every now and then they're priced. They're like really priced to move. Like their RoboCop figures have kind of had, if I ever see like one of the RoboCop figures on clearance, I'll probably pick one up as a random piece.
You want a Predator?
No. If I'm gonna do Predator, I'm gonna wait for them to do. I'm gonna wait for that ultimate version of Predator. Like the regular Predator from Predator 2 with the removable hand and everything. But I think this looks pretty cool. Not much to say, just putting it out there. Next up, on our second to last, we've got McFarlane coming out with their Gold Label Series 2.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of an however, the Space Marine, I don't have the Warhammer connection. I would consider getting a plain blue Space Marine if I ever see them on clearance.
That's actually that I will say this. If I'm glad I'm not into 40K. I used to like 40K. I never could afford to play 40K, but I am a fan of the lore, and that does look really good.
Did you get the cheap ones from GameStop?
No.
Now, what about this Red Death in all gold? Because I gotta admit, this looks pretty good.
I don't want the red one. I don't care about this gold one.
Well,
myself.
actually, in the metals, that actually is a character. After the Red Death purges, he's in the dark metals. The Red Death is actually Batman essentially possessing Barry Allen, and he ends up purging out. They end up purging out the evil Batman from him, and then he's gold for a little bit.
You know what? Batman might as well possess all the characters because that's all they care about.
He already has, I think.
I will say though, if they should have done Red Death, they should have gotten the solo, and he should have gotten the speed effects. So that actually irritates me the hell that they didn't give him his bat speed effects. And that Spawn is
This is if Mike Tomlin became Spawn. There's a football joke. Yeah, I don't even really watch football.
This is probably not the crowd for that.
Because he's the Pittsburgh Steelers colors, and
I do like the fact that the gold label Mandarin Spawn has some visible differences versus the red Mandarin Spawn coming out. Like the pylons are on different shoulders, and they almost you could actually buy both of them and bookend them on your display shelf. But this series, with the exception of that Space Marine,
And last up, this is a figure that was, I believe, revealed early in the week. Pre-orders are now live for her, and this would be the new Marvel Legends She-Hulk, which we had a lot of back and forth about in our show chat.
I just pre-ordered mine through Nate.
I know there was a lot of discussion about like the ripped up clothing. I think given like the calmer face, I personally would have rather have seen her in a little bit more, I don't know, intact, less tattered clothing. I don't really think about She-Hulk having tattered clothing, to be honest.
Same.
I'm okay with it. And in fact, if I see this, I think I might buy it.
Yeah,
It's great mold. I have the gray She-Hulk version of this.
Yeah, I'm cool with the gray one. I think that calm face doesn't match the body to me.
Because I mean, like that's the thing about She-Hulk is she's stuck like that. She doesn't just transform. So
well,
it's like
she started when she was in the gray one. She became Savage for a while. So she was actually changing back in the comics. She was spending more time being Jennifer again, and then in the current run of the Avengers, she's got like the weird thing of she talks like she's stupid even though her mind isn't. It's kind of interesting.
Oh, like they did for Grimlock and the comics.
She's also banging Thor now too.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, she has to find somebody with a power level close to her.
She did bang the Juggernaut once.
Yeah, that was my first experience reading a comic with her in it was that one. And they destroyed the hotel room.
every time that just makes me think of like the I'm the Juggernaut bitch thing, and it's like I don't need no condom. My whole suit's a condom.
So is this like 99% reuse from the Super Scroll?
Yeah.
Wave, just
That's
recolor with the new head.
Yeah,
Those eyes look
and
great.
hands.
Go back to the Savage head. I mean, I'm probably never going to use that calm head. That Savage head looks great. I love those yellow eyes.
it's 95% reuse.
Yeah.
Besides that,
The hands look the same too.
yeah.
Just bothers them that they couldn't give her double jointed elbows.
I thought you were going to say double D's. I thought you were going to say
That would have been
her
Joe.
elbows, I haven't played with it in a while. I think they've been more than 90 degrees. And
Yeah,
they
no,
gave
that is.
gave her bicep swivel.
I love that. That's a great buck. It's a good female buck. I'm glad they were able to find some reuse for it, though I wish they could do more stuff with that, but And like
It's
I
gonna
said,
be an impulse clearance buy for me.
I'm buying. I said I'm getting her.
All right. So we didn't talk about this in the first new show. I want to wrap up tonight's episode, and I know we're pushing time, but I want to wrap up tonight's episode with something we didn't do for the new year. We did it going into 2020, and while that was a shit year, I do want to talk, since it is the new
2021.
year.
Still going.
Does anybody have collecting resolutions for 2021? In the chat, pop in if you've got anything you want to change for 2021, any goals or things that you want to do, like if you want to cut back on something or focus on something entirely. Does anybody put any thought into like what they want to do for 2021?
I'm going to not collect NECA anymore after I get cranked.
After you get Krang?
Mm-hmm.
So you won't get Rat King?
No. I skipped him. I'm going to skip him, and I already skipped Casey Jones.
Hero says, try not to buy duplicate figures. I know what mine is.
Get this shit up.
Yeah. I found towards the end of 2020 selling off stuff that I wasn't like. I had stuff I held on to and selling off some of the stuff that like was just there to be there. I want, if like I don't feel a connection to what I have, I think in this year, I just want to let it go. If there's a part of me that's like, you know what, I don't need this anymore. It's not doing it for me. I want to let it go so I can make a profit on it, free up space, and not clutter up. So I have my rule that I've been very good about, that if it's in storage, it's not part of my collection. So
I think I'm gonna sell my masterpiece this year.
Really?
I haven't bought a masterpiece figure from Takara since Megatron.
would you sell the whole thing off or just slim it down significantly?
I'd almost go the whole hog.
I might be interested in your Megatron. I don't have a masterpiece Megatron.
Megatron is my favorite, and I can't believe
My goal is to box everything up and relocate it all roughly 900 miles south of here, and then unbox it.
Start buying totes.
Yeah.
Dislike.
Walmart usually has a sale on toots.
Actually, I ordered a bunch of boxes. Walmart seems to have the best price. If you're going to buy new cardboard boxes, which I wanted because I wanted them all to be the same size so I can stack them all evenly.
Yes. Get the totes. Trust me, you want the Transformers in the totes.
Well, the totes are expensive.
Yeah, but they're worth it. Believe me.
It's an extra layer of protection. Like I had nothing break when I moved.
He's committed to the boxes. So.
Joe, trust me. Do the totes.
Well,
they're stackable. They will transfer well. They won't tear open.
I do have some totes, but I'm going for cheap, and I figure as far as protection goes, I'm not shipping these like in a moving company or anything like that. So I'm going to be controlling them the whole way.
Even more.
And I can line the inside of the box with bubble wrap and then put everything inside. And Zero, I liked your idea about wrapping them in t-shirts.
Yeah. Not even just that. Like go and buy some really cheap microfibers, and you get a lot of. If you go to like Ollie's, you can get a lot of microfiber cloths for like $5, or even probably Amazon.
You can also do so any boxes or totes. I always line the bottom with towels. Yeah, you got to pack them anyway. Spare towels is a good cushion, and then use t-shirts and clothing to wrap them.
Actually, you know what, Matt? You're right, because I did do towels, because that was how I moved in my towels.
I think it's even better than bubble wrap.
2 in 1. That's right. I got a bunch of old shirts.
Yep.
So I can just box them all up with my Transformers.
And then when we moved in, Lex bought all new towels, so he got rid of my towels.
The biggest suggestion I can give you, Joe, is that when we're packing up, is that you not take too close an inventory. You just kind of let me
Oh,
let
actually,
you
no.
sort of go with the flow.
I haven't told you yet, but we're actually going to inventory everything as we pack it up.
Yeah.
Because Alicia's been on my ass about having an accurate inventory list so that if anything was to, well, one, if we lose stuff, we know what it's worth. Two, if something is to happen to me, at least she knows like what stuff is and what to do with it and what it's worth. And because she's like, otherwise, she's like, I'm just going to give it all to Matt. And we don't want that to happen. So. And I don't want her to sell stuff for what I told
I just
her.
got a text
for
from Matt saying if I could be an alibi for him.
And
This is like when Matt tells Alicia, like, "Oh man, he took it out of the box. It's not worth anything."
Yeah, it plummets like 97% in value, and then he licked it. I don't know why he licked it, but now it's even less valuable than it was before. So
That would be such a sad, happy day.
Here it says use Ziplocs too. I recommend using the Ziplocs for your accessories.
Like I got all these toys, but no
my
Joe.
accessories are all in like the little fishing tackle boxes, so I'm good there. The only thing there is that I guess they could rattle around a bunch and maybe.
yeah, I would also suggest like for those, I would probably tape them or rubber band them shut just in case.
Yeah,
because that would be sad to have one pop open and have all the accessories intermingle.
I want to help Kevin move. Are you moving, Kevin?
Boxes.
You would I'm sure Baltimore has a lot of like cheap warehouse space that you could rent and just move into a warehouse.
Kevin will notice if he is down one of his 19 Troop Builder figures that he never opened. Like, oh man, it's light. I only feel 18 in this box. Come on, T.
Yes, but he won't notice a third soul of Jigokin missing from the other four.
I think
only thing about those storage places, depending on where it is, you might have to worry about rodents traveling from storage bin to storage bin.
That is very true in Baltimore. Winston says, "I'm going to buy whatever I can find, if I can find it."
We know, and hide them at work so his wife doesn't see.
There's a flaw there if she follows his Instagram.
Like, what the shit?
Matt, do you have one?
I was sitting there thinking about that. Like, I've been reading some of the comments posted about refining their collection and only get figures they care about and not having to buy figures just to complete a line. I don't do any of that right now. I definitely stick to figures that I either care about or am curious enough about to sample one from the line. So I guess I'm trying not to do so many concurrent collections. I kind of want to bleed it down to something, but I don't know what yet. I don't know. I got to sit here and kind of reevaluate because a lot of stuff that I have coming in on pre-order and that I'm looking forward to falls in line with what I already have.
Oh,
so it's going to more or less just stay like it is, I guess.
In Joe's absence, also, you're welcome. You're welcome to come over sometime.
Oh, very
nice.
Not
absent yet.
Well, you're welcome to come over too. I know we still have COVID going on.
Do we? That's fine.
We do.
Well, I heard they got
cigar
COVID.
smoke kills the COVID.
I keep this thing at 70% humidity at all times.
The super COVID I hear still reacts the same way to the vaccine, and if you're probably not affected by it now, you'll be the same if you went past somebody who has the super version.
Well, I don't know why I just thought about Super Shredder.
Super spreader. That's what I was thinking about.
Oh no, I've been tested 5 times in 2020.
Damn.
Jeez.
Well, I too have a.
Get addicted to it?
No, I mean I have a girlfriend that works in healthcare, and her one coworker is irresponsible, and he has he got it once, and he keeps putting himself kind of in harm's way. And so four of those times were because of him, and then one of the times was my buddy, we'll call him Thor. After I got tested, after Lex and I both got tested after our the initial one, I went over to his house to have dinner, and like he and his wife were very adamant. Yeah, we don't go anywhere, we don't do anything, and then they potentially got exposed. So I've been very responsible and getting tested every single time we thought we maybe might have gotten in contact with somebody, and then I've always been negative, thankfully. But yeah, I've been very responsible. Matt and I met each other today for our exchange. We both had masks on, for anybody wondering. Every time I've met T, we've had masks on. So there's a lot of responsibility going around.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point now where I just wear the mask all day when I'm outside. I used to take it off religiously, but now I forget I even have it on.
My wife asked me to keep it on all the time, pretty much until the lights go out. That's about it.
You never questioned once why she kept buying the XXX large mask that stretched from your forehead to your chin. You never wondered why, ever.
It's got a zipper though, so.
Now we know about.
I just pictured the game from Pulp Fiction.
What's the safe word?
That seems like a good a spot as any to leave it off for the week.
Well,
or a title for next week's episode.
The safe word. Anyway, yeah, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. No pun intended. Anyway, if you're looking to find us outside of the podcast, you can do so by checking the show notes where we've got all of our where you ats. Make sure that you kielbasa slam that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you ring that notification bell, because we're going to have more giveaways coming out in the coming days and weeks. Like I said, we've got a lot of cool stuff. We're still talking to Nate to figure out how we're. Did Nate? Are we at liberty to say what Nate's giving away?
I don't know. I would hold off till we get it streamlined. We want to make sure we're right. I don't want to promise something of Nate's inventory that he doesn't have right.
Yeah, we should have Nate. We should. Well, I think one of our resolutions.
Should we wait till we get it in hand?
What's that?
Should we wait till we get it in hand?
I think so. I'll have him ship it out here, and then we'll be shipping it out to.
We'll be like, Nate, you didn't send us anything, but look at our new toy.
Oh wow, Soul Chigokin. I can. What are the odds? I don't think it's a Soul Chigokin, not to get anybody's hopes up, but I know given Nate, it's going to be something really awesome. Then we've got the Figure Action hoodie to go out. Optimus Primal. I think, Joe, did you have one more thing you were going to be giving away?
Yes, I still have a gigawatt.
That's right.
So I think maybe what we'll do with that is maybe post a short vid that we'll spontaneously put up. So if you don't have your notifications turned on,
You
it will
won't know.
most likely be an
That's out.
unannounced thing, and you need to click that little button for notifications so you know how to win that.
Unless, because it's a time-traveling robot, you have already put the video up.
That's
Oh,
true.
And somebody may have already won before the contest even started.
that's a paradox, man.
Anyway,
We'll end it there with Ultra Magnus's
Yeah.
left flat.
yeah, that's a good enough place to end it.
Goes to his knees.
It sucks when you get old.
Hmm.
Anyway, that'll do it for tonight. It's been great having you all. It's been great hanging with you all. Thanks to everyone who came by tonight, hung out, participated in the chat. You guys are all awesome. We will be back next Thursday. Same Figure Action channel, same Figure Action time. Maybe we'll have a B-side for WandaVision. You guys interested in that?
Oh, that's tomorrow, isn't it?
That is tomorrow.
As long as I remember to watch it tomorrow.
I'm gonna still be woke probably.
T-Man, you've been woke since I've known you.
Anyway, thanks again. We'll see y'all real soon, and be cool. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.